If you live in Gauteng, you will know what's happening with the e-tolls before Christmas. That's the promise from Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula. For reaction then to this development, I'm joined by Amos Munyela, who is Gauteng's COSATU Gauteng's chairperson. And COSATU, of course, is one of the many organizations that have opposed the e-tolls. Thank you so much for coming through, Mr. Munyela. You've been talking about the e-tolls as far back as 2012 when you led a massive march and you had a whole ongoing campaign around the e-tolls. There were promises that were never kept. Clearly, your alliance partner, the ANC, has made up its mind on this one. Why are we even here? What are we still hoping for from the cabinet meeting?
Good afternoon to yourself and your viewers. You're asking a very important question. I mean, our alliance partner have promised heaven and earth in terms of the e-tolls, and we are confident that what we've been doing for the past decade, as we have already mentioned, is going to bear fruits. I think we are not in any way going to leave this struggle, because this is a struggle, a genuine struggle for motorists in Gauteng as well as the people of Gauteng. By the way, you must remember that when we're campaigning for the elections, this is also something that was on the table where the people were asking about it. Even after the elections, the people were asking about it. Yes. Where are the e-tolls going? So
people were asking about it, but can you, though, take that argument a bit further and say that when you were campaigning, this is what the ANC promised the people, that they would do away with the e-tolls? They made no such promise, did they?
Well, here in Gauteng, the ANC took a resolution that the e-tolls...
So
the ANC took a resolution that the e-tolls does not have a space in Gauteng. And then when we're talking to the people, that's what the message we're sending out there to the people. Makura was sending the message out there that is working towards making sure that there are no e-tolls. E-tolls are not going to find expression in Gauteng. So that's what has been said throughout the campaign, and even before the campaign. We'll remember even the march that a collaboration march between ourselves and the ANC, going to the union buildings, talking to the e-tolls before the elections.
So would you go then as further as to say, Mr. Munyela, that currently the issue is before cabinet? Minister Mbalula says we will know by Christmas where we stand. In fact, I think I heard him say by the 16th we will all know where things stand. If the final decision on e-tolls that is taken is not a decision that says the gantries must fall, the system as it is unworkable, let's find another way to ensure that we pay for the roads and the infrastructure. If that's not the decision, would you say that there's a breach of the electoral promise?
Well, we'll definitely say that there's a breach in terms of the discussion in the alliance as well as the promises to the electorate. But then from our side, we'll continue with the struggle, because this is a struggle that we've waged for the past 10 years. Then we'll continue with the struggle until the e-tolls are removed.
But that's you then. That's you, yes, as COSATU deciding that you're not going to accept this if that's the way that cabinet indeed goes. What would you say then should be the reaction of the people of Gauteng, who trusted you as an alliance partner when you were knocking door to door and campaigning, and now you have what you're saying would be a breach of the promise to the electorate? How should we react as citizens?
The people of Gauteng must still rely on the federation, because this is the only organization that is going to make sure that the e-tolls are not there. By the way, Tulazizwe, this is a policy nightmare for government. That's why even Mbalula has been pushing this the announcement all the time, because he knows definitely what is going to happen if this thing remains what it is. As things stands now, they've continued to go to a tender of almost 13 billion to fund the administration of the e-tolls, money that they should be paying for the e-tolls and scrapping all of these things. As the federation, we remain steadfast because we know that what we have done for the past decade is bearing fruits. This is a boycott, the biggest boycott since democracy. So where the people have said we are not paying this thing, so we are going to continue to tell the people of Gauteng, continue not to pay. We are told that the people are owing more than 90 billion. So we're happy with that thing, because it is showing fruits. Nobody is going to pay for the e-tolls. That's what we're going to say. Even if they say, we're
not. Are you not encouraging a culture of non-payment? As things stand, we're talking about Eskom, for example, being owed billions of rand by people who are refusing to pay. For as long as e-tolls are the law, e-tolls are the law right now. You and I may not like it, but they are. And if you are happy that people owe that much and you're telling them to continue not to pay, are you not encouraging a culture of non-payment?
No, we are not encouraging a culture of non-payment. In here we are paying fuel levy, we are paying VAT, we are paying everything else. Government must take our money and service our roads. That's what we've elected them to do, not to take more out of our pockets. So there's nothing like, we are encouraging them, people not to pay. People will not pay for the roads that they use on a daily basis to and from their workplaces to home, from their homes to their relatives. We're not going to pay for such when we are paying for the fuel levy and VAT.
Lastly, user pays principle. Many people say that should continue to be their approach, even if it's not in the form of e-tolls. What do you say to that? What's the alternative you are suggesting for paying for this infrastructure?
Government must take our fuel levy and go and pay for the e-toll infrastructure. So that's what we're saying. So
right.
Other provinces are
raise the fuel levy or keep
it
as it is?
Whatever thing. Don't raise the fuel levy because other provinces are benefiting from the fuel levy in its current form. We're not saying raise the fuel levy. People of this country are paying tax in each and everything. So we're not going to come here and pronounce that we must increase the fuel levy. The fuel levy that is used to build the roads in Western Cape, in KwaZulu-Natal, should be used in Gauteng to pay for the roads.
Amos Munyela, thank you so much for coming through.